Welcome back to me and my guitars, where I talk about my guitars. And today, the guitar I want to talk about is this one right over here. This is my first original body shape. It is a... Nice. This is my first attempt at an original body shape, and I kind of feel like it was a winner. This is called an Etiquette. This is clearly influenced by a Tele with the hardware layout and electronics, but then the curves on the body are kind of copied from the Rickenbacker bass, the one Scott Pilgrim plays. You know him. I made this guitar in early 2019, around the same time I made the Parts Caster, and then this was my number one for years when I was playing in Ghost Heart. When we did our tour in the summer of 2019, I was alternating this and the Parts Caster every night. They both held up great, and they were doing everything I needed them to do. So some of the weirder experimental design ideas here. The first kind of complicated one that I was worried about is that the neck intersects with the body at the 18th fret. Usually on a Tele you'd get it at the 16th, and that gives you more wood to grab onto. But this is just held in with 4 countersunk neck plate screws, and they are doing the job perfectly well. The action's been very low ever since I first set it up, and it has been working perfectly. The pickups I put in here are probably from a Made in Mexico Tele. Got them off Reverb, I'm sure. I just have standard Tele electronics in the body with the control plate I made out of mahogany. I'm sure the control chamber is probably shielded with aluminum foil. The string ferrules on the back, not perfectly aligned, but who's going to notice? The pickguard is from a Tele, just some stock Tele pickguard that I cut into this shape to accommodate the new controls. I didn't need the half moon cut there to receive the plate, so I just shaved it all off. I think that works just fine. I don't know where these tuners came from. They are probably just some stock tuners someone sold on Reverb. And that's where I got most of my parts back then. Someone who changed out their tuners for locking and were selling the old set. I buy those for $20, and that's what I throw on my guitars and just hope they would work. And most of the time, almost every time, they worked. There's been like 2 instances where I had duds, but that's not bad for how many times I've had to do that. Body is 3 pieces of ash. I really wanted the natural ash look. The finish on here, I ended up doing shellac, just off the shelf, non-ambered shellac. I was going to do a spray finish, but the clear coat I was using at the time, I painfully discovered had some ambering in it, and so when I sprayed the body the first time, it kind of turned to that church pew orange color, so shaved all that back, and then I ended up going with regular shellac. I didn't have a jointer or really any power tools other than a router at the time and a table saw, so the body is hand jointed, and this is kind of the first set of panels I ever learned how to joint really well on. And I spent probably a whole day with a hand plane that I had sharpened up myself to get these seams right there and there to be perfect glue lines. And on the front it looks great. On the back there is a gap on this one that kind of opened up over time, but it's still holding up just fine. This seam on the other hand is perfect. So that's when I learned I could be a woodworker. I play this guitar all over the place. There's lots of pictures and videos of me playing this guitar. And it's always been good to me. It does the Tele thing, but it does the heavy thing. But I think every Tele can sound heavy if you just run it through a 6505 and don't be a coward. Or, in our case, an Orange Rock Reverb. Beautiful amp. So yeah. I love this guitar, and I love this body shape. There are 4 guitars with this body shape that I've made. There's this one being the first. There is the bass that I made for my old bass player. Pictures of it on screen. There's a red one that I have out in the shop that's getting refinished right now. I'm not changing it too much. And then there is a purple one that I made for my buddy Bray in the band Thornwalker. I do intend to continue to produce these. I have a walnut topped body in the shop right now that I intend to do something cool with. It has been developed. I have a double cutaway version that has an upper horn, and I'll show you a picture of that. I haven't built any of those yet. I've just kind of designed it digitally in 2D. I gotta learn FreeCAD. I'll get there. And I have a version of this that is 7-string that I'm pretty sure works. I haven't investigated putting any multi-scale on these yet because I think that might look too weird, but I might draw something up and see how it goes. And that's the Etiquette, originally intended to be my flagship model. Times have changed and I'm a little more interested in something else right now. We'll get to that. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.